Yo, Mandem Podcast, episode 177.
You sure, yeah?
100%. Confident.
No stuttering or muttering.
Come on, nah. We don't do what Richie does. But speaking of
Not a
Richie,
Richie thing.
nah, we are a man down this morning. Richie is celebrating his birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday
was his
to
birthday?
Rich.
Yeah, was his birthday yesterday? It's Thursday.
Day before, yeah.
Yeah, was his birthday on Thursday. So he's out celebrating today. You're allowed a day off for your birthday. That comes in the contracts. You get
one of those podcasts.
Yeah. Unpaid though.
Oh
Unpaid leave.
yeah. If you're getting paid, you got to be here working.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, we're back. Socially distancing as well.
You notice a change in the scenery still.
Yeah.
Abiding by the rules and the guidelines.
Which come out today.
Yeah, so it was enforced from midnight on Friday.
Yeah. What are the rules?
We are officially in tier 2.
Tier 2. Yep.
Yeah.
And as a result, we can't mix households indoors. So we could record outside.
Could have done this podcast outside in the garden somewhere.
Or Krispy Kremes. Like Poet and
I was just about to say, like Paul.
Yeah. That would have been decent if we did that.
Weather's looking a bit
fucking blitz.
Yeah, it's a bit.
I don't know if I got my jacket. I ain't got my jacket. I weren't ready. I'm not ready for the winter just yet.
Oh yeah.
Nah, man, I need a new thing.
Well, I'm recycling mine. I can't lie.
No, your one's alright. Still, you and Les got some serious things.
Yeah, my thing's hot and that. But
I got a khaki one. I need a little black or a navy. So
we might have to run that still.
I know what Aid Styling. She's
yeah.
Give us the men's must have. Jackets for the winter, man.
Let us know, man. Let us know.
How's your lot's weeks been?
Yeah, mine's been kind of sick actually since we recorded. So we recorded last Saturday. Linked up with a few man that night, only for a couple of hours. Decent little night. And then Sunday, shout out Drink Up. They had their paintball event.
Every time.
Yes, I went down there. Sick of it, was it? You lot? Little sneeze at that.
Bless you.
Yeah, okay, now.
You need to go wash your hands.
Yeah, nah, man's got some wipes there. I got some wipes down there, cause just
alcoholic wipes.
Yeah. Come on. What was I say? Yeah, went down there. Initially, I weren't even gonna paintball in it. I just went down there to catch a vibe, 1-2 juice or whatever. Mum was like, "Nah, come."
Get involved.
I was like, all right, cool. I'll do one round in it because it was like 4 teams of 10.
Yeah.
So I was gonna do one round and then just like allow the rest in it. But obviously top shooter in it.
The competitor.
You know top
had to get in there and win. Like
top shooter. Like I couldn't let my team. It was smoky. We won. We definitely won. So shout out to the white team. We done major bits. And it was a good day, good event. The rules were applying as well. Yeah, so like everyone was gloves and masks and whatever. So now a proper good day, man. And then I had a couple of days off this week for work.
Yeah.
From work, sorry. So yeah, just able to have a bit of a lay in, go gym a bit earlier. Yeah, which was
fine.
All right. Yeah, man.
Peace.
Les, what are you saying?
Decent week. I had a couple of days off as well. I had Thursday, Friday off. So extended weekend. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday were a bit, winding down for a long weekend. So just two bits here and there. But other than that, just mostly a couple podcast bits. Couple guys got their socks that we showed last week. So
they're doing these deliveries, man.
Some good feedback from the socks as well. Very comfy is the feedback that we're getting. So
it's comfy season, man.
Yeah, we need that. And it's getting colder as well. So, but just doing bits of podcast stuff. So yeah, watch out. Lots of bits coming. So keep an eye out. But other than that, calm week, man. Just getting used to this weather change as well. It's getting a bit chilly. the heating's on a regular basis.
Standard. You're well acquainted with the heating now. Yeah.
But when this is how you just know you're getting old. When the heating's on, all you're thinking about is the charge.
You can see the meter is just running.
That's it. In my head, it's just running. In my head, I'm thinking, it's all warm and that, and it's all good.
But
there's a charge to this.
But you know when it's blitz in the yard, it's like, what the fuck's the heating not on? Like,
what's going on?
Like what's going on? Yeah.
The minute you put it on, it's ticking.
Economics of it, like it's very, very mad.
What about you, Dan? What's your week been saying?
Decent week, all in. All things considered, sorry. I was supposed to be in Cardiff this weekend for my cousin's 30th.
Oh, mad.
Okay.
Life had other plans.
Whoa, I remember man talking about that from way back.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be like a big old link up. Everyone and anyone was going to be there. But unfortunately, we weren't able to make it. So plans have changed. But I still had, the day off yesterday. Made the most of that, met with some friends and whatnot. And because it was basically the last day ever, pushed it right to the limit. So I was out till 10 o'clock yesterday, but the streets, I'm gonna be honest,
even
there was cold. There's stuff.
Oh yeah.
So everyone's pouring out of these establishments.
Yeah.
But then I went past one place on my way to go home, and someone had like a mic and a speaker, so it was like a little street party thing. So it just moved from inside to outside.
And I said like a couple of us met up yesterday as well, didn't it? Met up with Liz.
Yeah.
A couple of them, man. Yeah, because them lot was like, look, we're not going to be able to see you for a minute, Mike. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone Bear Man wanted to roll, but you could only do the.
Oh,
it was mad. And where we was, there wasn't like a popping air in it. So when we left, it was kind of done. Other than the people in their whips doing mad stuff,
the usual speeding up and down.
What you going around? What you doing, bro? Like,
also this week, I caught up with Pab, friend from way back when. And that was just cold, man. Just talking for like 2 hours, catching up on everything and anything, and like it's just jokes, like seeing us all grow from like year 7, 11, 10-year-olds, whatever, to now. And he's putting his kid on the FaceTime, and he's got the wife. We're talking about property and this move and that move. Nice. Yeah, so it was a good catch up. And with Pab, it's always like progressive chat. So that was one of my highlights of the week still.
Shout out Pab, man.
Big up. We've got to do stuff like that more often, I think. And the way things are going,
definitely.
For months. Need to check in on everyone.
So
man, it's a decent week all in all, man.
Yeah. What we getting into? What's the first topic?
I guess we've touched on it a little bit already.
Tier 2.
Tier 2, yes. It sounds mad saying tier 2 when you keep hearing it. It sounds like I guess a pandemic, but like stuff's just going downhill. Like it can only get worse from here. And I just get the anxiety feeling of we're going back into like a proper lockdown. And I'm just thinking, I need out somehow. But it's like, where do you go? How do you get out of this?
You can't, fam.
It's bonkers, fam. So we are now tier 2, which is classed as the high alert level. As such, you cannot meet people you don't live with in any indoor setting unless they're part of your support or childcare bubble. You could sit in a beer garden though. People can still mix outdoors. You must follow the rule of 6 and social distance. In tiers 1 and 2, pubs, bars and restaurants are restricted to table service only and must close at 10 p.m. Tier 2 had an effect on me like yesterday when it was announced, whatever. Because I was supposed to be going out to eat with my girl, my cousin and his girl. Supposed to be going out for a meal that we had in the book in the diary, for months. And then we were like, umming and ahhing, like, will it get cancelled? And things are changing. And I was like, you don't know, probably not. And then they announced it on Thursday. So we're supposed to be going at 1:00 today.
Yeah.
Like a nice day lunch team.
Or for a picnic, innit?
Eating some cold sandwiches.
Wellies on and that.
It's definitely had a knock-on effect.
On
me. So,
and this is just within London, right?
Yes. So it changes from region to region. Like tier 3 is the very high alert level. Cannot socialize with anybody outside of your household or support bubble in any indoor setting or in any private garden. Pubs, bars are closed unless they're serving substantial meals, and you can only serve alcohol with meals.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of like debate as to what constitutes a substantial meal.
Not crisps, fam. Crisps and
supposedly, alcohol. Crisps and alcohol. Crisps don't count, but I think a Cornish pasty, anything from a Cornish pasty.
What? It's anything that's going to hold the alcohol down, basically.
Yeah.
They're saying, don't go out and get pissed.
Yeah.
So the rules are still a bit. It's the only real change is can't have people in your yard.
Yeah.
And you can still meet people outside of your bubble, but outside.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And it's not entirely clear about whether you can move from a high tier area to a low tier area, but people are like assuming that you can't, because it doesn't make much sense because it's not really preventing anything.
Yeah.
So you can't go from you can technically go from a tier 3 to like a tier 1 place, but it probably wouldn't make too much sense.
Fuck the whole place up.
Yeah, but like hotels and that, you can still go there. You can, hotels, travel outside your area, but only with people from your household. I believe this lasts for 4 weeks.
Okay.
It's reviewed every 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
So the next 4 episodes of the Mandem podcast are going to be Zoom versions. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of mad. Do you reckon it's going to get to tier 3?
I'm not a pessimist, but I think it's heading in that direction. I think if we don't see any kind of reduction or slowing down of like cases and eventually deaths, probably get to the tier 3 thing. But we're kind of, I know Max said it before. Yeah, he wants like all or nothing.
Kind of.
Amazon documentary, but
definitely not that.
The middle ground's a bit mad, isn't it?
It's a bit mad, man. But I'm all looking next year thinking, raw, because people are like, just get 2020 done. Like the 1st of January, this is going to be done. It's not a new chapter. Like, I'm just thinking next year is X as well.
It's all this, it's this all over again.
Next year's X, fam. Unless they got some mad plan. Like, I can't see.
I just keep thinking this is never going to end unless there's a vaccine for it.
Because I said that last week, innit?
Yeah, we'll go into. Like Dan said, I think we'll go into the tier 3 very high, and then we're just all, I guess, more indoors than we were before, restricted what we can do outdoors before. But I just think, unless there's a vaccine for it, we're stuck doing this back and forth thing. Yeah. Because the minute you let us out of very high, and I say let us out like we're caged animals, but it feels, that's how it feels.
It is a bit
So when they reduce the restrictions, let's say, back to, let's say, either high or medium, then the cases rise, then we're back. Honestly,
it's a mad cycle, right?
Mad. So unless there's like a vaccine for it,
that's what I'm saying, bro.
I cannot see how we really get out, unless it just starts to disappear somehow. And we're in the medium, we get back to either high or medium. And it just doesn't pick up again.
Yeah, because they might say, because it mutates or whatever, it might just get like weaker and weaker.
Yeah.
But
I just think I can't see it. So maybe next year. I think I keep looking to March, innit? and I just keep thinking till March, like don't make any plans, don't make any real plans, till March. Just depending on what we've obviously got a long time until then, and even reviewing our high tier 2 stage now, we've still got another 4 weeks or 3 weeks and a bit. So yeah, even assessing where we are then you can make your decisions of what you want to do. But up until I think in March, then we'll really know what the rest of the year is, because then it would be a full year of us being in this sort of
whole year
social distancing restrictions thing. But yeah, I honestly I can't see a way out of it, to be honest.
Yeah, I see some people who or a group which will be affected are single people and couples living apart. Because now you're not allowed to mix households, so
that's very bad. Yeah,
it's techie.
They have to move in, fam.
Yeah, form a support bubble. But I'm not sure how you naturally form
a support bubble by force. Like.
Yeah, it's very, very techie. And people are asking, are there kind of ways around it for established relationships? But yeah,
no, fam.
It's a no.
They're actually, and that again, they're actually.
It is what it is, man. Like, take some time apart. Cool. Talk, FaceTime, meet in the park.
Meet in the park. Yeah, that's true. But I think, how long can you do that for, though?
Because until the virus.
How long is that going to last? That's going to have a mad strain in the relationship, cuz.
Bro, so be it.
You gotta have some intimate time, just one-on-one. Can't be. You can do it in the park if you want. If you want,
you can't, fam.
In the park late night.
Go to the beach,
fam. Victoria Park, fam.
They got phones in it, like.
You say you can make it work, man.
Fam, download Snapchat, fam.
Oh yeah.
Like P giving after hours, fam. Ask the Mandem how to navigate.
Come on, yeah. DM me, man. I got some tips.
It's tough.
It's not about you and your girl, bro. There's a bigger issue at hand.
Yes,
that's very true. That is very true. Everyone's got needs, innit?
If you can't see your girl for a month and it goes tits up, bro,
then it wasn't meant.
It wasn't meant to be.
Yeah,
I heard that.
Yeah, but how tits up can it go? What? She ain't linking no other man. You ain't linking no other girls.
No, there might be a man out there that's more on it.
That's what just saying.
You might be sticking to the rules. She might be like, yo, let's link up. You'll be like, nah.
Yeah, that's mental.
There's a bigger thing at hand. But next time somewhere else, like, yo,
she's cheating on you and breaking the law, fam.
Victoria Park, let's link up.
She's got to go.
Get rid, man.
Victoria Park. Man, cycling.
Let's link up. Let's do this.
Yeah,
I'm fucking around. No, but it definitely will have a strain on relationships, and not just relationships in that sense, like family relationships. You won't get to see people. I know, Dan, within your within your family, there's a newborn, so not your wider family.
Yeah.
Newborn, so yeah, people not being able to see their grandkids, their cousins, whoever. It's that is the elderly as well.
Yes,
that's gonna go back to
which is another big side of which is another crisis, I guess, which is linked to this.
Yeah. So there's definitely a wider thing that I think it feels like we're back-ish to where we were in earlier this year.
It's back to the knock on the door and you're like at a distance talking.
That's it. That's what it is.
Down the driveway, looking up the fucking balcony.
Yeah, like Mike said, it's back to the linking up in a park. The only difference now is that we had the weather then. We don't have the weather.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Zoom chats are gonna be back.
I'm not on that. I'm not on standing in the blitz and.
No, you shouldn't have to be honest. But
what does this mean for sport?
What are we saying?
Team sport, not like Prem sport and that, like.
So like your local leagues and
Sunday league,
supposedly,
I think that's fine.
Still okay, I think.
Yeah, because it's because it's outdoors. I think the big thing is if it's outdoors, then it's okay. Obviously, sports.
I think it's a bit mad.
Yeah, sports like football are loads of people, so you can't. yeah, unless you're doing like power league all the time or whatever. But yeah, I think if it's outdoors, there's more allowances.
I see something here on organized sport. Yeah, tier 1, you can still do organized sports indoors and outdoors, but you have to abide by social distancing rules. However, in tiers 2 and 3, you can take part in sport and physical activity outdoors, but organized indoor exercise classes for adults are banned unless you're from the same household. Disability and youth sport teams can still meet indoors in tier 3. Additional restrictions may apply depending on discussions between central and local government. Cool. So for now, physical activity outdoors. So things like spinning classes, I guess. Legs, bums, and tums done.
Yoga, all of that.
Yeah, it's back to the home workouts, Peloton.
Yeah,
YouTube.
I can't honestly. Like for me, the biggest thing, I think, like we were saying before, the seeing people. I think we've done it, so we can kind of get around managing that side of it. But I think for me, not going to the gym, then having that time, or going to the gym, having that time away from it, not being able to go, and then going back.
Yes.
Having it taken away again, I'm a little bit like, all right, now what? And I'm not really a homework. I don't really have the space to begin with. And doing the home workouts, they're not really. I'd rather I need a gym because I've got equipment in there that I just don't have in a yard. So not being able to go to gym, that's the big. What if they lock that down? Then you men are gonna have to look after me, God. It might be a breakdown.
It's funny you say that because in Merseyside, I don't know if you guys have seen it. There was like a case.
That gym.
Yeah,
where the two guys.
They said they are staying open.
I saw that in the news.
The like strict new coronavirus restrictions. And I think police were called to the place twice in one day. Because the Wirral where they are, they have a tier 3 level, I think it is.
Yeah.
But the guy was like, I'm not shut in. You're going to keep coming back. And I think there's like a GoFundMe possibly that's been set up. And also I see petitions going out. And so this is up north.
I don't get it, fam.
Right, you're screwing your face off.
What do you mean you're not shut in?
It's mad. He's saying keeping it open is vital to physical health and mental health. He said, we're not staying open for financial gain, but for more of our members' mental and physical well-being. Gyms should be supported in fighting against COVID, obesity, mental health, and many other conditions and diseases.
I don't know, man. I think that you could probably do something digitally or like to support your members, not put them at risk by keeping it open.
I get it. And I think, like, from what I just said, I think I'm more with them in fighting to keep it open. I guess my only concern is it goes against everything that they're saying for everyone else not to do. So you're not a gym goer. You can't go and meet other, like, your friends or other members of your family unless you live with them or they're in your support bubble. But because you train or you're in fitness or in a fitness world or you go to the gym, you're allowed to do that within doors. So that's technically like saying, oh, let's Mandem, let's all go meet up at the gym. It's cool, we can do it there, but we can't do it in Mike's house, Dan's house, my house.
Now the gym's just going to be Sergio. Like.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Serving drinks.
But I do agree. I do agree.
Man, getting tables and that.
taking up the free benches and that. Man, just
that's
chilling.
mad.
But I do strongly agree that the mental side of it is it's important. And like I said before, not going and going back, having it taken away, I just think, right, I'm just gonna wake up, work, then
I'm like the complete other side, man. If they're going through it up there, which I think they are, and they're closing things down, like, no disrespect, but like, who are you to say like, yeah, nah, I'm staying open?
Yeah,
so what should a restaurant owner now say? Oh well, I think it's important for people, to leave their houses and get out once in a while.
So
and then for normal people to say, oh no, I'm going to my mum's house, or I'm going to my son's house, I'm going to my cousin's house because blah blah blah. Where does it end? If there is a risk, bro, you gotta take that on the chin and look for other ways to look out for your members' mental health, bro. I'm sure you've got everyone's email addresses. Do a home workout every day, or tips on how to stay active, or something like that. You can't just like say no.
I think
I'm doing this.
That classic exceptionalism, innit? It's like everyone else should stay.
Exactly. I'm bigger and better than this, so I'm not following. One of your members gets it, like, and then bro,
that's not good.
You want to stay.
That side of it, I definitely agree with. And it's like Mike said before. Again, it's a bigger thing that we're trying to tackle here. So we've done it the first time round. It's virtual workouts in a park that you can do. I think, Dan, if we're talking about the same, is it 2 guys or 1 guy?
Well, I saw one of the guys, but I think it might be a gym owned by a couple of guys. There's one guy he's doing all the rounds, he's doing the press. I see 2 guys from Liverpool as well, talking on Sky News, and they were saying that I think they had a list of, I think it might have been 150 people on like a suicide watch kind of thing. Okay.
So for me, that I agree with what Mike's saying, and I totally understand it. But I was just trying to tackle that side of the mental side of it, of people being stable within themselves, I guess, to not be able to go to the gym, but feel like they are still, I don't know, physically fit or achieving their fitness goals, or maybe they feel like they can't do that anywhere else, or just, like I said, don't have the space or the time. So that's my only real concern, I guess, with
of course,
with the gyms.
I just go on.
No, go on.
No, I was going to say, I agree with like what Matt's saying. It's like it's on the gym owner now. Like, this is the card you've been dealt. Can you innovate? Can you be creative enough to still achieve the physical, mental health of your clients and members without jeopardizing?
Try to find a way.
Because ideally everyone would continue to do what they want, because everyone does things for their well-being, whether that be physical or mental. But we can't. We don't want to be trapped in our houses. We don't want to not be able to go to rest
for another year.
Right now, it's not like what we want, man. You just got to take things on the chin and try and make it work.
This isn't what any of us want. And it's funny, I saw him, or the gym owner, talking about a petition that needs to be signed and whatnot. And Pure Gym, who and they're the largest chain in the UK, they sent out a petition to all of their members by email, probably about 2 days ago, along the same lines of this, asking for gyms to be kept open. And I haven't made up my mind yet as to whether or not I'm going to sign it.
I haven't even opened the email, fam.
Straight to jump.
If they close it, I'm just doing home workouts in it.
If it's got to close, it's got to close, innit?
I'm thinking, boy, if I work from home again, no gym, nothing, I might just allow trimming everything again. Have my own lockdown, fam.
We say, well, Mike said last week, thinking about going in jail after the sculpture thing.
Oh yeah. Learn how to cook in that.
It's techie, man. The gym side of it, but it's not a one rule for these guys and another rule for others.
Exactly. You can't do that, man.
We've got to follow the same rules, to be honest.
So it's a good topic though, because I guess we see both sides. And even speaking amongst the Mandem, some are for gyms being open, whether that be because they work in that industry, or some people you just need it to change up your routine. So I can see how it divides opinion. But I'm siding with Mike on this one in terms of, if we want to get out of this type of stuff, we need to start taking the drastic measures and everyone playing by the same rules. Because then, if not, it just prolongs it. And we've been in it long enough, I think.
100%.
we'll see how this one plays out, man.
Mm-hmm.
What else was on the list?
What we got here? Congestion charge.
Oh, I guess that's
They
linked
extended that. Is this part of like the tier 2?
I believe it is linked
indirectly
to
almost.
COVID and whatnot. But yes, because TFL, there's this massive gap in their finances since March.
But have you seen the zone? It's mad.
It's the
The
whole
extension of the zone is ridiculous, and that would be what, £15 a day.
Yeah. Like, man can't go to certain man's yard. Like,
it's bonkers, man.
yeah.
And it's just the wider effect of this whole thing.
That's something also, that you should sign a petition for, and whatever.
Yeah. It is slowly getting out of hand. Yeah, the 24/7 bus lanes, congestion charge being extended to 7 days and extended to 10 o'clock, whatever. But there's like politics involved in this as well. So this is like part of, I think, the government have told Sadiq Khan, if you want the bailout, £1 billion bailout, then you have to introduce this. So he kind of, you got to kind of play by the rules. So there's some politicking going on still. But yeah, I think this is one where it is a resounding full house where we're all kind of
where you're gonna catch me going shop on my back and shit.
Bags on the handlebars, like
it's all mad.
Bad. But yeah, I'm like starting to see across London like more and more like bike lanes. Former high roads where it used to be you might have like 2 lanes of traffic, or maybe 4 lanes of traffic, let's call it. Now it's like single lane traffic.
Yeah.
Bike lanes.
Wow, did you lot see what I put in the group last week?
No,
I got that fine.
Did I show you the picture? Oh yeah, I was with you when you were explaining it. Yeah,
like 2 roads away, bruv. Now all of a sudden it's bike only. Bro, I use the road like 5 times a week.
Yeah.
I had to hit them back. Like, nah, that's mad. Switched up the rules on man, like, and then that's mad. But yeah, I guess we got to wait for another 4 weeks for an announcement.
What, on the congestion charge thing?
On the whole tier 2 or the next update?
Yeah, this is. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. I feel like this may be sooner than.
I think this one can come into play tomorrow
because it's all linked to this bailout and whatnot. But yeah, imagine that congestion charge in the suburbs, and it's mental. Yeah, it's almost making, and I hear it a lot. But loads of people, and it's mostly older people, but they say they're done with London.
I think I tweeted that yesterday. Do you know what it is? And I've always said that whenever I've had the conversation with people about living in different cities, and I've always said that I can't see myself living in another city. But I think as we've been on holidays and you go to different cities, and I guess you say travel the world, you see different things and kind of get accustomed to, in the short time that you're there, to a slight different way of living.
When you say another city, what about like outskirts?
Same again. I think I'm not a person that's like, I need a built-up area or I need to be in a city. I'm not like, if I'm way out country, wherever, I think I'll adapt easily. Yeah, exactly. But as you get older and you realize that life gets expensive when you're older, and it gets tougher, obviously, when you're older. So look, and when you weigh up, you just think, you just sit there and think, I don't know how I'm gonna do it here. Like Dan was saying, when we have I had a conversation with Pab the week before, so last week, and that was sort of one of the bits that came up in the conversation. Is like, in London, it's mad tough. It's tough, fam. There's so much going on that, let's say property, for example, it's do you save and buy somewhere to rent out, or do you save to buy somewhere and live in, or do you go and rent somewhere? And then like it's just, there's so many options, but only a finite amount of cash or resources to do so. But and then they're introducing things like this, you just think, I can't catch a break.
Yeah.
So
let me off
a little bit. Just throw me something, and then let me work with it, and then see what I come up with. But yeah, in terms of like London wise, I can see the appeal of leaving or not wanting to be here for much longer. There's a bigger plan to move out. And I get it. I'm starting to understand it now.
Yeah, was having the same discussion with my guy at work. Because he's always like, oh, come here or this area. I'm like, bro, that's bare far. Like, and we was talking about moving. He's like, you'd never move in it. And I was like, bro, nah. Like, as I've got older, like, I thought, I probably would like, to like more where you are kind of thing. It just maybe because like mainly like the ends are just fucked, man. It's just mad, like, bro,
like,
it's mad.
Away from economics, you're talking like social and whatnot.
Yeah. So like Les was saying about just different sort of reasoning. So I was just like, yeah, man, we was having the same discussion. It was kind of mad that you brought it up.
Crazy, and it's funny because I had both of you down as like Londoners, but like for different reasons.
But I would say like I wouldn't move to like Manny or Liverpool or something like that. I'm outskirts.
Reading.
I'm outskirts, like where certain other men have.
Okay. Touching distance.
Yeah. Because if I was to go to fucking Manny or something like that, I'll just move abroad, bro. There's no point being 4 hours away. I might as well just jump on a plane for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You're very right. It's jokes because that's mad because I had both of you down as like through and through Londoners, like for life. But it's jokes how like we change.
I always was.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
It's only been recent I've been praying it. I'm thinking this is kind of mad, but I'm not saying I wouldn't like stay.
It's true. So
I'm kind of like that with everything. Like, I'm kind of like look for the balance, everything, and weigh up the options.
I feel like Rich is someone I had stamped down as someone who wouldn't class themselves as a Londoner, and would have like the flexibility to say, I'm just gonna go to New Zealand for a couple years.
Rich is definitely the traveller, obviously, amongst us. I can definitely see him living in another country for a bit. Then he might come back. Then he would just go somewhere else. But I like even like abroad, like Mike said. That's not like I'm not like these days. I'm not even ruling that. If it makes sense, it's obviously all got to make sense. But
just
even
come chat to me, fam.
Even that, I'm like, yo, it's just because I think the initial thing, or in the younger days, was obviously friends and families. I guess the biggest thing when you go somewhere that you don't know no one, you're on your own. But nowadays, I'm just like, friends and family, they're always going to be there, innit? Family are always going to be either in the same yard or together or somewhere. Mandem, exactly the same. So living abroad or in another city in the UK, you got to be open to all these things.
I'm on it for a couple months. Couple months, a little 3 months away. Me and the man in the group who was going to do it, innit, a couple of years ago. He knows who he is, innit? He knows. We was arguing about duration, innit?
Where were you supposed to go?
Don't worry, fam. He knows, innit? He knows. We was arguing about duration. I said, let's do this amount of time. He said, let's do this amount of time. I'm saying, bro, this makes sense, innit? A couple of years later, man's like, yeah, this makes sense.
It's too late now.
It's too late, fam.
Yeah. I guess for all the listeners, whatever, let us know. As a Londoner, have you had enough? Why should we stay in London?
Yeah. Dan, what are you saying?
On the flip here, like like you said, you understand the appeal of wanting to get out, but I understand the appeal of people wanting to come in as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, cause there's bare stuff going on. It's
There's a lot
live,
going on.
like.
Yeah.
To answer this question, I feel like
You're here.
I'm here. I like the mix, man.
But like, if I was to move out, to not far,
outskirts,
kind of, you're still like a Londoner, though.
I'll tell you what, though, it's the getting home.
Yes.
After X.
Yeah.
Even that those things even like events even happen anymore because
I tell you what. I was talking to someone that other day, and they used to live in London. Recently moved to, back to where our family's from in Chelmsford. Person drives, and so now driving into London is an issue because you got congestion charge.
Yeah,
but that on its own is fine. You £15, pay it, whatever. But then going out in London and say not driving and then coming back,
getting to Chelmsford,
peak. Like I think so what the issue was got back to Chelmsford, but because everything shuts at 10, cab services have also shut.
Oh, bruv.
So when you get to the station,
what now?
It's a bit difficult to get home. So to Dan's point, I understand once you've been out and it's late, the getting home bit is very techy.
Yeah,
very techy.
No,
So I understand
100%. I remember going out in London like last year with work people, and there's only a few of us that actually live like in London, innit? And they're like, they have to get the last train. Like if they don't get the last train,
the last train's the
5 a.m.
I'm like last train.
Man will Uber.
Anyway,
6 in the morning, Uber home.
Last week, my boy lives in Billericay, and he's like, "Walks, I need to get to Liverpool Street for 1:45. If I miss that, then I'm stuffed," kind of thing. But his parents live in like East London, so he could still walk up there. But it's just a bit long on a Sunday morning at like 2 a.m. knocking on your parents' door saying, please. But out of towners, people from out of London, let us know the benefits of being out of town. I just think your money goes further out of town. But where we are, I think just on the outskirts, you can get some good value, man.
A
little bit of land and that.
That's probably what I'm on, innit? But I don't know. We'll see.
Is it a myth? Is London a myth? That's the question.
It's not.
A great myth. It's not.
It's not a myth. It's cold. But
you know what?
Man could do a whole couple hours on this, you know.
Mayor Mike, you know.
You know what? Like we've said before, I was always through and through London. Can't see myself in any city, blah blah blah. But nowadays, I'm like, and maybe that's just it's obviously a personal thing. But I'm just like, this ain't even all that. This ain't even all that. Like I think we're obviously all the same age, but when you're younger, it's exciting, isn't it? Working in the city,
bro.
Go out like warm, like evening. We'll be going for drinks. Someone's leaving drinks, or it's
a million different places to go.
So many places to go, and it is life. Like I
Shopping,
love London. Food. It's not like many other cities in the UK or at all. But then I think one we've done all that or been doing all that.
Hey, I'm about to do that Wolf of Wall Street thing. I ain't leaving.
Then I'm like, we've done all that. I'm cool with not being in it as much or anymore. So if it's not for us, it's not for us. Like if it's an outskirts thing, I'm cool with being based there. And when I got to tap into it,
then you can
mingle. But then the last train, I'm out.
Love. Peace,
Kings.
But,
I might not even say
that. Bruv, you be shouting, man. Bro,
I'm going to be that.
So comfortable, like.
I'm going to be that Where's Les guy. I'm just gone. I'm out.
Les strikes with the guy who'll move, a year later, he'll be like, I need to come back in. Come back in. Man's constantly staying fucking in my spare room and that. Like.
Les is here a lot. Yeah.
No, I think outskirts is within obviously touching distance. So we know man that live in them areas.
Yeah.
But even to say they aren't around for obvious reasons as much as they once were. Because if you're out there and you're coming in, you're driving. So then, I guess when you're here and everyone's here, you're not going to drink as much, or you're not going to drink at all. If that's what you want to do to enjoy yourself, so then you're thinking, right, I got to go back. So it's very moving away from London, or where I guess the central hub of where most people are, your group are. It's very, you have to. It's a deeper thought than I think most people give it credit for. I think it's not as easy as saying, yeah, I'm going to move to, I don't know, Hatfield, and just be like, yeah, I'm just going to base there. Because when you're in Hatfield, it's not far from where we are. You're in Hatfield. You have to think about a lot more things before going out than I do.
I think it makes your mind up. It makes your decisions on a lot of things much easier. There's a lot more no's, man.
Yes, and you're very selective, and you have to be selective with where you go. It's not, you can't attend everywhere, because like Dan said, the getting home bit, who's driving? Am I drinking? What time do I have to leave? Like petrol, I got to pay for, like, it's all.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, there is a lot to it. But in terms of, I guess the question was, is London a myth? I semi think it is, because even non-Londoners are clocking. Ain't even all that over here. Because when I used to work at Top Man, there was loads of people who weren't from London. I was one of me and a couple other people, a few that were from London.
Now, you see them lot though, yeah. Because when I worked in the city, bare people never used to live in London.
Loads of people
or they went from London. They're living in London. Them man are doing up London, fam.
Oh yeah, they love it. They love it. One of my colleagues, she moved to Finsbury Park. She's from like Essex, but like loves living in London. Like loves it, and I'm like, yeah, man, yeah,
cool.
It's cold, yeah, sick.
Where do they live?
In London,
yeah,
Finsbury Park.
Okay, cool.
But I think early days the appeal was, yeah, gonna come to London, gonna make this like London's sick, nightlife, blah, blah, blah. But then rent prices, the prime example, they're forking out shitloads of p on rent, and they're on a sales advisor salary.
Do you think it makes a difference, growing up in London and like knowing people and whatever, just to like come into London and not really knowing no one? The only people you know are like your work friends and whatever.
You know what?
I think that plays a part,
knowing people.
In what sense you think we're more attached to people that grow up there, or?
Yeah, but I just like just coming there, fresh start. You don't know anyone. Just crack on doing your own thing. Like.
Most of the people I know from out of town, they've stayed, and they've moved places, they've moved jobs and whatnot, but they've always stuck around. Like, I don't really know many people that have gone back to the Shires where they come from. They're committed to it. So I don't know. The allure is still there, but I do see the drawbacks of it, and I understand why sometimes people can say, yeah, it's not everything it's made out to be, man.
Yeah. Boy. Yeah, maybe we could do a
old man convo still.
Yeah, we could do a mad episode on that one still.
You know what's funny? I was actually thinking about this yesterday. I think about it quite regularly, but I thought, and I don't know how I came to it. I was like, London, yeah.
Les is gone soon. Les is out, fam.
After this episode, I'm packing my
bag.
Right. I'm saying, like, London and Man United having a bit of things in common. So it was the city at some point, the city to go to, and it really was the place to be if you want to make real money, big money. Go to London. That's where you're going to get it from. The equivalent of what you do in Manny, Liverpool, any other city or any other country in the UK, wherever around the world, you're going to make the money in UK, London. That's the place. United, been the team for years. English club, top round the world, wherever. But nowadays, slow down.
Struggling.
Nowadays,
I like this still.
Nowadays,
I like this. Keep going.
It's living off the name. So the name's gonna get you by. The name will get you a decent transfer, get you linked with a couple decent names. But the end result, when you look,
you might get a little 6-1 here or there, or
you're gonna get hit with the maddest rent. You're gonna get hit with the maddest house price.
Yeah, shaky transfer windows, and
to be here again, and I get this just like Harry Maguire. To be here, you're gonna have to pay over the odds for something that's not really it's worth.
It's meant to
what
be
you paid for.
So really, you're basically what your point is. You gotta be kind of well off to be doing it, like here. To
be doing it properly, yeah. To be doing it.
Yeah, my team's totally different, and I guess mine's a wider like issue that it's maybe for another day.
London, but it's mad.
It's a mad place.
Let us know, man. Let us know.
It's a mad place. What else we saying, man? I guess another thing that we got to wait for and see what happens is Stormzy.
Fam, still nothing.
Yeah,
nothing.
So there's still nothing from Stormzy.
No.
But Chip has previewed the next tune that we don't know when it's going to be dropping. It should be any time now.
Sounds like he's going at him again from the little snippet. But obviously we need to hear the whole thing to see what he's saying.
Yeah. What did man think of that? Because we had a little discussion about it yesterday when it was out. A shout out to F. He was saying like, is it like embarrassing now? Is it getting embarrassing that Chip's going again and Stormzy ain't said nothing?
Embarrassing for who?
Chip.
I wouldn't say embarrassing per se, but it is approaching
banter hours.
It's approaching the part where you're like, oh shit, he's actually just airing you, like, and you're the I'd say lower profile artist in the grand scheme, and it's like you're just knocking on the door, and just kind of like what Stormzy did. Yeah, went knocking on the door and like letting you in, kind of thing. But now it's Chip knocking on Stormzy's door. Stormzy's just airing him out for now. It remains to be seen because, as we said, Chip took 4 months to release his take on things. But I think the commitment to getting at Stormzy and hearing nothing back, which is what kind of gives these things more life. If Stormzy continues to ignore him, it's kind of awkward. Like.
Because I was saying it can be getting like that until maybe this new track comes out. Because if this new track comes out and it's fire
again,
back on that, no one's saying nothing really.
Yeah.
But then if the new track's dead, man, I'm gonna be like, aired you, the track's kind of shit. Like, it's not so it has to be cold, which it probably will be.
I just think, and I said this to F yesterday. I think in the arena of grime, this is, I think for me, Chip's the victor for now until Stormzy responds. I think that's where Chip's from. That's where I'm going to say Stormzy's from, because he said he's the king of grime. We need a response. The rules haven't changed because we're all older now or time has passed. It's you send for me, I'll send for you.
Still get your bars up, bro.
Still get your bars up. Even if it's, I don't know, a video or a minute track or however long it needs to be or whatever you do, there's always responses. That's the culture before grime. That's just the way it's always been. So people saying like, oh, Chip, I get the attack and no one's saying anything back. It makes you look a bit mad. It's the whole don't argue with don't shout in the street or don't argue with someone in the street.
Don't argue with fools.
Yeah, from a distance, no one can tell who's who or whatever. Yeah. Completely butchered that saying, but yeah, everyone is.
some Richie's not here this week.
Yeah.
So yeah, so if you keep attacking,
I don't even know the saying all now, but yeah, go on.
attack.
Sight from a distance.
Attack.
Just makes you look a bit mad. But I'm from Grime. We all grew up on it early doors as well. So we're students of that, as people say, kids of Grime or whatever. So for me, I need a response. There's nothing less. Like anything less is an.
I hear what you're saying.
For me,
because if this was like 2006, it'll be like, okay, cool, Stormzy's one.
Yeah, like even like a couple.
It's not even a discussion. Like
like even a couple months ago, earlier this year,
come out on a Logan Sama tape.
Stormzy and Wiley going back and forth. That was live. That was bare cold. And that's the arena that we're in. That's the arena we're from. That's the area that we're familiar with. So now, for whatever, no one knows what Stormzy's doing. So now, if it's you're gonna diss me, but I'm just gonna air you as I'm Big Mac. I don't have time. That for me, that's dead. That's air. If that is his response by not responding, that's air.
That's not the essence of come to know.
That's be the bigger person in real life shit. Whereas this for me this is music. We are playing in boxing rings have boxing ring rules. Octagons have the rules that are in there. Wrestling, same thing. So when we fight,
is it just on wax though?
That's what I was saying last episode. Is that I need to know the real ins and outs, because I feel like it's not just music. I don't know what it is. If my jam is involved, which I feel like she might be, it's not, because I don't want to repeat what we said last week, but you just don't turn up to a man's yard.
A line was crossed somewhere.
Because I just said you're not the king of rap.
In lockdown and that.
He was violating rules because he turned up with 4 other men. So how
bare households.
But I read a funny tweet. Someone said Stormzy turned up to Chipmunk's house, reverse parked his Lambo truck in a parking spot. He was never
calm. Yeah, he should have left it doors open in the middle of the car park, like engine on.
We've all been witness to and seen how these things really.
Man had the sensors.
He went back out. He weren't trying to hit the brick wall behind him. He was. We're here.
Sound mind.
Yo, we said. Then he said, "Tell him phone me." For me, that's not a guy that's on smoke.
You compose still.
So, for me, it feels like it's a bit more than music to turn up. But yeah, I don't know. But in the arena of grime, for me, you need a response. You have to.
When is Chip's new dub dropping?
No clue. So he dropped the preview on Thursday, I think it was.
Thursday evening.
And yeah, nothing since. So I'm guessing this weekend.
Yeah.
Today, tomorrow, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I just want to hear more bars from Chip, but
I reckon he should drop it soon, though, because it doesn't really make sense if Stormzy was to come out of nowhere and release something, and then release that tune.
Yeah, I think
that's already done, because Chip's gonna want to respond to Stormzy's track.
Probably. Stormzy will wait now, I guess, till the end of this weekend or whenever this drops. Then he can say, "Cool, what this and that."
I've been thinking like the whole week, like, what is Stormzy thinking
on right now?
What's he on? What's he thinking? Is he actually planning something? Is he just literally just ignoring him? Yes, I'm intrigued to know what he's thinking.
I guess onto our new segment.
Yeah. New segment launched. We kicked it off last week. Ask the Mandem. new segment of the podcast where you just use the hashtag Ask the Mandem on Twitter or Instagram, and ask us anything that you want to ask. Can be the silliest thing to the most serious thing, and we'll do our honest to respond to that. So one of the first things that came in was quite a big story on a timeline last week was some kid, I think he's quite young, called Coyote, not RS. And he tweeted something about his girlfriend cheating on him with 4 other men.
Yeah.
What? At the same, 4 men on different occasions, or
no,
at the same time?
At a party, allegedly. And he has his fame is from The Apprentice, right? I think he was on.
Yeah. I didn't even know that he was until you mentioned
last
it.
Season's Apprentice. But I think he's tried to continue his fame by being like a social media character.
Okay.
But yeah, he came up with this and broadcast what appeared to be his L. I guess initially people here were laughing at him and making light of it and saying, why would you bring that to public, I guess, discourse? But it transpired that after the girl or his former girlfriend said that it is a police matter and she can't remember what happened that night. And she had told him that as well. So he was kind of wrong to come out and broadcast her as, I guess, a cheat, because
that changes everything.
Her truth is that she was at this event and had a blackout or whatever, and wasn't consenting to what is allegedly supposed to have happened.
Of course.
It's a
based
very
on that,
mad thing.
I don't know where I stand on it now, because I was ready to get into it. But based on what she said, it's a bit mad.
And she says that she told him exactly what happened. So for him to come out and broadcast it as
that's a bit bad.
How he done it? Yeah, it's mad. But it's clout, man.
Yeah, this is the day.
Clout is killing the kids.
The day and day, it's not even drugs anymore, fam.
No. It's not the mimosa, fam. It's
yeah. It's the day and age that we live in. People are posting. I get posting L's. You got a parking ticket, or went for this job but I didn't get it, or putting then on the opposite, posting your wins.
Yeah.
But, posting stuff like this, I just think that's not. There's a bigger thing. This is more mental than anything. I just think people aren't. What's the word I'm looking for? People aren't. They're desensitized to this stuff now. So it's. I'm gonna share the craziest story about me that I have, in the hopes that it gets better likes and retweets and something comes of it, because I think this kid has done like radio interviews and stuff like that.
Yeah, he was like, I'm going live, and we're going on Insta Live.
Right, he went on Insta Live with someone that we not personally know, but someone in that new media world. I can't remember who it was, but I just think off the back of that, I just think that's not. I think that in itself is a police matter. I think going on like putting her, what she said aside. Sorry, him sharing information like that, that's personal to her.
Yes.
If she wanted to sort of take action on that side of things, she can.
It's similar to like the revenge porn thing, isn't it?
Bingo, right, exactly. It's like that, just not showing.
It's like slander, isn't it? Like,
I just
saying this happened when she's saying
And these are young people doing this. They're not even conscious thinking or fully consciously thinking adults. These are just kids just posting mad, weird shit in the chase for clout. And I just think it's better sad, man, to see it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, my thoughts on the scenario is I don't know where I stand with it, innit? On what's going on. But yeah, you shouldn't have put that out there, bro.
No. Especially after being told that
definitely.
X happened. But it just shows, the desperation almost to trend. And it's not even
to get something popping on the timeline.
You don't even get 15 minutes of fame anymore because the story just comes and goes. But then you've now harmed that relationship
using
with you
someone
and
else.
her,
Like,
it's mad. All for some likes, some retweets, some views on the Instagram.
Yeah. She probably got people in her life that didn't know about this.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
And it's going by her story, it's a traumatic experience.
Yeah, that's not cool, man. That's not cool,
man. The clout, man. All for the clout. So it's poor.
That's mad. What was the other question? One of the other ones that we got, Liz.
It's a serious. This one's also a serious question.
This one is quite a serious one. I didn't even want to touch on it just because my own sort of personal experiences with it. But I'll read it out anyway. The question was: would you rather fight a dinosaur-sized duck or 1,000? I think it might have been 100, but 100 or 1,000 duck-sized dinosaurs. So I'll read it again. Would you rather fight a dinosaur-sized duck or 1,000 duck-sized dinosaurs?
I think you're probably X'd either way, you know.
Yeah, because it's like you're fighting but then a duck's notoriously like aggressive.
Nah, but if it's like the size of your house,
it pecks you But then I was thinking of the dinosaur, 1,000
duck-sized
dinosaurs. That's just bare aggression.
Yeah,
it's mad.
Loads of it at your ankles in it.
Whereas a duck-sized dinosaur, I guess you could slay that in one go.
Yeah.
Done.
You got to do it 1,000 times.
Whereas 1,000, it's bare aggression from.
How are you gonna take down this fucking duck-sized dinosaur? I mean,
dinosaurs.
Big
massive baguette, fam. Just like and then it's done.
Get in a food coma quickly.
Bloat them to death, like.
It's done. The dinosaurs, I don't even know what they were on. Could be like, you don't know if they're carnivores or herbivores, fam.
Yeah, you might be ducking down the road. Like there's bear them chasing you.
See what he did there.
Yeah, cool, man. I'm gonna go for I'd rather fight a dinosaur-sized duck because I've got the master plan for that.
Mike, what you say?
Yeah, I'm with Dan. Yeah, you have to.
I think I'm on the dinosaur-sized duck. Although I'd like the challenge of 1,000 duck-sized dinosaurs.
Nah, they'll batter you. They'd actually batter you.
I think with unless you like a real gun or like a paintball gun or mad pellet gun, you'd have to lick them quite quickly.
Bro, a tennis racket or something.
Yeah.
They're like they got scales. Dinosaurs had scales. They're hard, like.
Yeah.
It also depends on what dinosaur as well. I guess in my head I'm just thinking of a T-Rex.
It's a T-Rex, isn't it? Yeah, 1,000 of those, I'm cool. Yeah, I'm going for the big duck.
But also, if you tip a T-Rex over because of the short front arms,
can they get back up?
A bit like cow tipping.
Just got to brush them just like that.
That's it, yeah.
Serious question still. I'm going for the big duck.
I'm gonna stick with it.
I think with a big duck, you get one good shot or a couple good shots, weigh it down.
You're all right.
One slay to the neck.
On the flip, though, one good shot from that, and you're done. Like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm mad. Gotta be.
Yeah.
Gotta be on your toes there still. But more serious.
Yeah.
Like these serious questions, man.
Yeah, that was. I actually been thinking about that one all week, to be honest.
That's more.
Yeah. keep hitting us, man.
Yeah, yeah, definitely
Mandem.
keep hitting us. Yeah, use the hashtag or DM us if you don't want it to be public. And we won't read out your name. But yeah, hashtag ask the Mandem. Keep them coming, man. That was a good one. What are we saying? Rap, or I guess we've got kind of one little thing we can kind of touch on, and I kind of want to touch on it anyway, just to
Go on.
kind of big them up anyway. The I guess the royal family that ends almost. I call it the Adenugas, and if you don't know,
big them up, man.
If you don't know them by their family name, it's Skepta, Julie, Jamie, and Jason Adenuga. You obviously know them in their respective fields, and they recently had an article in, I can't remember what publication it was.
The Guardian.
Yeah, they recently had an article in the Guardian, just sort of them chatting about sort of their family upbringing, and how they are, I guess, so successful today. Even I think their mum's got a book as well.
Yes.
I haven't read the article yet, but I respect them individually in their fields beforehand, before I even knew they were even related. But yeah, like I said, the royal family that ends, they're mad, inspiring. And I guess someone with, I think we've all got siblings here, to see what they've done individually and with their family name, it's quite a feat to do. And I guess as children of, I assume they're immigrants, so I'm going to assume that, but I might to do it off you're already at a deficit to begin with. So to come through that and then rise, and then to get to the stardom and level of, I guess, fame and wealth that they've attained, that's definitely motivational and inspiring. So big up the Adenugas.
Yeah, big them up, man.
Yeah, so cold. Their mum's book, Ife Adenuga, is called Endless Fortune, and it's published by Boy Better Know.
Yeah, I see that. That would be sick.
Money just going round in circles, for.
Come on.
Keep it in the family, yeah. But the article is really good, and I guess it gives you a little backstory into. Most of us will probably know bits and pieces of Skepta, Jamie, Julie, and Jason's story, but it gives you the background into the parents who you don't often see and who I guess are responsible for these stars. But the story is just nice and inspiring, and I'm going to cop the book still. I think it's nice to pay homage to a very, very inspiring family, man.
Yeah, definitely,
for sure.
I can't imagine how proud. Imagine how proud the parents must be. Like every day.
So mad. So that's I guess like a life. That's the real, for me anyway. That's the real life achievement, to see that, and then as well as do it yourself. Is what else is there to do? Like, but make more money. Like, what else is there to do? But make more money.
That's sick.
Yeah, and then even in Skepta's new tune, I See You Free. I think I knew this before. Yeah, very cool tune. But Skepta mentions him turning down the MBE.
Yep.
Then getting to Nigeria and getting his chieftaincy.
Chiefship. Yeah.
But they still remain, not that you need an MBE or whatever to be successful, but it's just showing that they're on their own thing.
Yeah.
And they're going to make it work regardless of who's co-signing or not. So you have to respect them and him for that.
So cool, man. But check it out. It's in the Guardian. The title of the article is Skepta, Jamie, Julie are the Adenugas, Britain's most creative family. So check it out.
Yep.
God.